JF Stretford, Paddock. This is Transfers Live. Joining me as always is my good friend Joe Smith. Joe, how are we doing?
I'm doing really well.
Stop looking at Destiny's Child songs and start looking at the comments, yeah, because this is live. So we want people to get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think about latest news stories. Now, we've had a bit of news updates lately. Jonathan Schrager, who you well know, has been on the channel. He's good mate of the channel. He tweeted about 2 hours ago that Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think, no, go on to his tweets because I've already forgotten. I think he tweeted that Dest wasn't going anywhere or something around those lines. And then an hour later, he tweeted that actually, if United can move on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, then we will be in for Dest. I'll let you read it out because you've got it in front of you.
So yeah, he said, as things stand, Dest will stay in Barcelona. And then 1 hour ago, like you said, if Wan-Bissaka leaves before the window closes, there is a possibility that Man United will pursue Sergino Dest.
Now, there was a story in like one of these aggregate sites from like Barca United or whatever they're called, where they said Gerard Romero on one of his Twitch streams or on a Twitch stream had said something similar, that Dest could be on his way out, he could move on, and Manchester United were in for him. Now, it kind of makes sense that United will be looking for another right back. It doesn't cost a lot. You know, if you look at what we did in the summer in terms of Tyrone Malacia coming in, ostensibly as an understudy to Luke Shaw, but impressive enough that now he's, you know, already he's been looked at as the first choice. Does this move kind of make sense to you, or do you think this is unlikely? Because it's still sort of up in the air, isn't it?
It seems like it may well be unlikely, but it does make sense. Is the sort of player United need, and I think he's not the greatest fullback in the world. But we don't have the greatest fullback in the world already. So I think he's the sort of player that would come in, would probably play most weeks for United, and would come in for a reasonable fee. He's only 21 years old. There's still plenty of chance for him to improve. Statistically, he doesn't really blow you away with what he does. It's certainly in terms of output. Just looking at last season, he got 4 assists in 31 games in all competitions. The year before that, it was... sorry, just wait for that.
One thing he is good at, whilst
3 goals, 1 assist. Like it's output wise, it's not particularly exciting.
He's a very much an Erik ten Hag type player, though, isn't he? He's in like the top 4%, I think, in attacking pressures. I think is in the attacking third. Sorry, I think he's top 6% in successful pressures. So he's very much, you know, if you want to play like the Erik ten Hag style, the way he likes to play, he would seem to play that. He's played for Erik ten Hag. He got his move to Barcelona on the back of a good season with Ajax under Erik ten Hag. So there's a lot of reason why you think, okay, this kind of makes sense. Also, you know, it wouldn't break the bank. I know Manchester United spent a lot of money, and rightly so, because we needed to spend a lot of money this transfer window, and I still think we need to spend more. But it's not like you're going to have to go out and spend 60, 70 million on this guy. He's a relatively cheap addition, especially if you get Aaron Wan-Bissaka on. It's probably like for like in it in terms of what you're losing and what you're bringing in. There was talk of maybe a swap deal on the horizon. I don't know if there's any truth in that. I had it in my news this morning. It seemed unlikely, but West Ham, Crystal Palace were in for Wan-Bissaka. United said no. Maybe there could be a bit of movement there. I mean, so far in this transfer window, we've strengthened in a lot of areas, haven't we? Midfield, we've strengthened, obviously bringing in Eriksen and Casemiro. We needed to do that. Centre back, bringing in Martinez. Dubravka, we're going to get into in a minute. He's coming as well, or he's about to come in. So you've got a goalkeeper. Anthony, of course, attacker. Do you think the right back position is something that we should be looking at?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think Dillo's been much better for the last couple of games.
Yeah.
But his track record at United has been patchy at best, hasn't it? He's been never really stood out offensively or defensively. Never really been able to hold down a role in the team unless Wan-Bissaka's been so awful you can't do anything but leave him out. I'm not particularly blown away by Diogo Dalot. I never really have been.
Yeah.
I think it's worth taking a punt on someone like Dest, especially if Wan-Bissaka leaves, which it seems to be the kind of formula for this. Wan-Bissaka goes, we get Dest in. I think we've got in a player almost again with how we're looking at Dubravka, where he can come in as a backup to Dalot maybe for now, but has all the potential there to actually maybe overtake him if Dalot's form falls away again, or Dest improves the way that it looked like he might do a couple of years ago. His career has pretty much stalled at Barcelona, but he's 21 years old, so there's plenty of time for that to turn around. Yeah,
I mean, the difference with Dalot and Shaw, I always think that with Shaw, it was perhaps not a question of his ability, more a question of his effort and his consistency and has he got the desire sometimes to get into positions you need him to, or to track back and do the things that any modern fullback should be doing? With Delo, I think his effort is there, his energy is there. Yeah. It's just maybe it's a question of quality. Is the quality there and the consistency that comes from perhaps not being at the very top level? Dest coming in, I think wouldn't be a case of giving Delo a kick up the backside. I don't think he needs that. I think it's genuinely just a competition. And as you pointed out, if Dest was to come in and do a job like Malacia did, you might end up saying, okay, his first choice. Also, let's not forget, we could play a lot of football this season. We could play 60-odd games if you go and fire in the Europa League and you do anything in the Cups. So you can't just have one right-back for the entire season. You are going to need options. And if you've got someone like Dest, who does have a pedigree, does know the manager, he's coming from a team like Barcelona, so it's not like he's coming from non-league. He's coming from one of the biggest clubs in the world. So there is a sort of expectation there, and he's got that experience of performing in front of 90,000 fans or 100,000 fans or whatever it is. What's people saying in the comments? Anything?
Mr. Sandman, who we sang about yesterday. Do you care if people down south support United?
Do I care? Yeah. Listen, when I was very, very young, I used to be like, oh, that Sounders and all that. When I say young, I mean like 12.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you realise that what makes Manchester United so good is our out-of-town support, is our Cockney Reds, is our fans from overseas. It's what makes this club so special. Yeah. So, no, I'm glad we've got a global fan base. I'm glad we've got fans down south. And when I was studying in London, I used to try and get back for games when I could. And when I couldn't, I used to find like red pubs. There is a few down there, and I used to have a good laugh and watching the game with Cockney Reds. Yeah, so no, not at all. And plus, let's face facts. It is hard enough sometimes to go to United when I've gone from Salford or Stretford when I used to live there. Travelling back to London after watching United, it ain't a picnic, is it? No. So you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, exactly. James Ryan says Jay and Joe for PM and Chief Whip.
Which would you rather be, PM or Chief Whip?
I like the idea of being Chief Whip.
I think Chief Whip's mint.
Chief Whip sounds like my name, first of all. And it sounds like it could either be someone in a political party or someone that makes ice creams.
Nice.
When I like that. I like that idea of being a Chief Whip.
You just want a card, don't you, that says Chief Whip on it. So you go.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love
Chief
that.
Whip.
Yeah, like fucking Indiana Jones or something.
I'd love to be Chief Whip. That's mint, and it's good. Which way are you voting? You've been told which side you're going to vote on, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you do, yeah? All right.
Intimidating.
See what I mean?
I'd be different to that. I'd have a big trolley, just pulling it along with loads of baby chicks in it.
Yeah.
Go, who are you voting for?
Yeah.
Oh, my phone. There you go.
Yeah.
A little chick. And then you go, who are you voting for? The other guy. Just a big cow pat like that. Cheers, mate.
I think that's a good approach to politics. One that's not been looked into, and I think it should be.
Shit and chicken.
Yeah, that's your two options. Yeah. Which do you want? You obviously want a nice little baby chick. It's all right. It's quite, nice.
Robust. Quite a robust.
Woke me from my stupor. May I?
I insist.
Can I just say, Joseph, you're looking rather fetching there. Yes? You know why he's looking fetching? Because he's got a Lisandro Martinez t-shirt on there, the Butcher.
The Butcher's
with a cleaver there as well. And we've got loads of Paddock merch at paddockmerch.com. And if you use the code Paddock20, you get 20% off. There's a link in the description. So you have to get 2 or more items and you will get 20% off. And we've got loads of merch up there. We've got the Lisandro Martinez t-shirt up there. We've got 2 different Eric Ten Hag designs. We've got the Marcus Rashford Hope design. We've got Bruno Fernandes. We've got Anthony Elanga.
Stretford Paddock merch as well.
Stretford Paddock merch as well. So you've got hoodies, you've got cups, you've got t-shirts, you've got all your merchandise needs catered for at paddockmerch.com. Go and check it out. Use the code Paddock20. You get 20% off if you buy 2 items and more. And we, obviously we like a lot of stuff on there, and you'll see us.
I wear my Fernandes one all the time. It's in the wash at the minute. So
I like it. When I was on tour, when we were on the tour, I love the Ten Hag one. That was my fave. So go and check that out. And thanks to everyone who has supported the channel as well, and people that have been checking out not just the merch, but the member section as well, and just viewing, watching the videos and getting involved in the comments, which is what we always love to see.
Nikhil Prakash says, will it fit a 6-foot guy? Well, you're just under 6 foot.
Everyone thinks I'm like Lisandro Martinez. Yeah. They think I'm like 5. What is he? 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, actually, they think I'm about 5'5". They don't realize how tall you are. People see me. That's one thing I often get, because me and you do videos stood up together, don't we? And it's like, actually, you're not that small. No. I was like, Joe's just a giant.
But it fits me. I'm 6'4", and it fits Jay, and he's 5'6". So it fits everyone.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, check it out. Different size on there, obviously. Hoodies and T-shirts and all that good stuff. So, right, yes or no answer. Put your money where your mouth is. Dest, yes or no?
What's the question?
Do you want him or not? Yes or no?
Do I want him or will we sign him?
All right, good point. 2 questions.
Right.
Do you want him?
Yes.
Will we get him?
Yes.
It's a bit turbo, right, if we get him.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
Is there part of you that thinks, what are we playing at?
I'm not trying to be...
Is it too many transfers?
You can't have too many transfers. I love transfers, mate.
I
don't even like... You know when, like, the football's on and all that, and it's like,
Didn't
score and win trophies? I don't care.
You lost to Brighton, man. I'm not bothered.
I'm not bothered. I just want transfers.
Yeah.
Like, you know when we won the treble? The highlight of that season wasn't winning the treble for me.
No,
it was signing back York.
Yeah.
I buzzed off that. Everything else is just an anticlimax.
Yeah.
Oh, we won a treble.
How is your anticlimax? You're right.
Nah, she's on tablets.
Is she?
It's clearing up, though.
That's really good, actually, because for a while it smelled.
Mate, it smelled awful.
Didn't it?
Honestly.
Under her fingernails and everything.
Under my fingernails, even worse. Anyway, enough about fiddling me imaginary Annie. Let's get back to the important business of transfers, Joe. In fact, no. Do you know what? Let's have a break from transfers because even I get fed up with transfers now and again. Let's talk about Player of the Month nominees. Now, if you go onto our poll, our Twitter poll on Stretford Paddock Twitter, Manchester United have got their 3 nominees for Player of the Month. They are Lisandro Martinez, Tyrell Malacia, and, of course, Rafael Varane. So 3 of our back 4 are Player of the Month, which is just astounding considering that, you know, it wasn't that long ago our back 4 was shocking. So we've done our own little poll.
We've done our little poll who we think, who you think should be the Player of the Month. And currently Martinez has 88% of the vote. Varane 7.7, Malacia 4.3. I think it has to be Martinez by default because he's basically the only player that's played all 4 games and hasn't been shit in 2 of them.
He got subbed in one of them.
Yeah.
At half time.
To save himself.
With us 4-0 down. I love the kid, but...
Yeah, but he wasn't bad in that game, though.
All right, he wasn't. It was overstated out. He wasn't that bad. He fell over for Ben Mee's goal. Wasn't his fault. Yeah, all right. I mean,
he's certainly been our best player this season. Do you think first of all that those 3 should be the options, and secondly that anyone else should be in with a shout?
No, I would. Maybe there's a case for Eriksen, perhaps.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Because I thought against Brighton he was very good in a performance that was a bit underwhelming. Him and Martinez both played well, and I think he's been relatively consistent. He wasn't great against Brentford, to be fair, but he was good against the Scousers.
I'm surprised he's not nominated, actually. I think he should be nominated over Varane, who has only played 2 games and hasn't been he's been very good, almost flawless, but Martinez has been better.
Yep.
So you're picking both centre-back partners into one of
it's
which
a bit
is
annoying in a
games.
way, isn't it? Because it would have been good to have all 3 new signings.
Why not do that?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
why not do
we're getting
Eriksen,
something right,
Martinez?
or Senai's getting something right in the transfer
that's
window.
a bit short-sighted, isn't it?
Yeah, but listen, it's good to see Varane just playing, to be honest with you, after the amount of injuries he's had. Get involved in the chat in the comments and let us know what you think about those nominees. Do you agree?
Would you have picked Chris Eriksen or would you have gone someone else?
Chris Eriksen.
Chris
Eriksen.
Yeah, Chris Eriksen midfield, Chris Ronaldo up front. What's wrong with that?
Sound like he's from Weast or something. Chris Eriksen's coming down. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got a load of that. Nice one.
Yeah, Chris Ronaldo.
Chris Ronaldo's here as well. I probably would have maybe gone with Eriksen over Varane.
Yeah, me too.
I think Malacia's done well, especially considering £12 million signing, which is just unheard of.
Yeah.
Martinez done very well, and Eriksen. But listen, it's a minor quibble. It's good that it's not just goalkeepers anymore. Do you know what I mean? We'll have to wait and see who wins that. It does look like Martinez is the heavy favourite, though, especially going off our poll. Mentioning goalkeepers, Martin Dubravka, I think Romano, if you want to go on the Twitter, has just tweeted about it. I tell you what, I'm with you on this, Joe. I think Romano's still got it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
People go, he does. He breaks a lot of stories, and it's not easy to break transfer stories all the time, considering how many people are trying to do it. But he does get his money's worth out of the stories as well. He'll do 4 or 5 posts that are the same.
Yeah, basically saying we're in advanced talks, or talks are becoming
more advanced.
Yeah. We've known this for a week. I get it.
Yeah.
But he is doing an incredibly difficult job. Look right in the last hour. So he's tweeted Sergio Reguilon joins Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Leicester open talks with Ream to sign Wout Faes.
About time.
I should be pronouncing that way better. Wout Faes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Schalke have completed an agreement with Liverpool for Sepp Vandenberg on loan.
Of course they have.
Man City are close to signing Manuel Akanji.
Yeah.
Harry Winks, Dubravka to United. Spanish centre-back Eric Mononel signs for Belgian side Lommel SK. That's all in the last hour, Jay.
Do you know who
How
reminds
can
me of?
any one person physically cover all that? The fact
know-
that he's doing that and occasionally breaking something first is unbelievable.
Do you know what he reminds me of?
What?
A vet.
Yeah.
He's like a vet. You take a cat into the vet, they'll deal with it.
Yeah.
You take a cow in, they'll deal with it. You take a turtle, they'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cockroach.
Yeah. It's like they just like they have to deal with so many different animals
Yeah.
in the space of like, an
Yeah.
hour. And that's what he's like.
Is it
Leicester, I've got you covered. City, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Sevilla, don't worry about it. United, we're on it.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I know.
He
It
like the
is,
vet
it is
of
genuinely
transfer
impressive.
Stories. What's he saying about Dubravka anyway?
It's a good question, actually.
That is a good question.
Martin Dubravka
Thank
has
you.
just arrived in Manchester in order to complete medical tests. Being told that he'll be at Carrington this afternoon to undergo medical tests. That's basically what he said in the first line. As new Manchester United player, loan with $5 million option to buy from Newcastle. It's done, as revealed yesterday. Martin Dubravka, we'll probably see it on the CCTV in a minute, will be having his medical today. How fast did that person get sacked, by the way, that was responsible for leaking that?
Not only how fast did he get sacked, how little was it worth it?
I know.
What did they get out of that? They probably. Do you know what? To be fair, right?
The
It's probably
Anthony one, for anyone who hasn't seen
Yeah,
it.
it's probably some. There's a CCTV footage of Anthony got leaked. So someone who works at Carrington has obviously sent it to the mate, and then the mate sent it to someone else, and then it's out there in it, and then someone's tweeted it, and it's like, that's it, you're getting sacked. So Pogba's blood test was one, do you remember? When he had his medical and his blood test, and someone took a picture of his blood test, and that was they got sacked. So
someone found a curly hair near Weast when Fellaini was about to sign for us, and that was that. Whoever found that curly hair really did us a favour, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? So the blood test, the pube in the toilet, which happened to be Fellaini's. Yeah, the CCTV.
you know when we started this
footage.
video, I didn't think we were talking about Fellaini's PMs.
Why?
I know, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird how the road takes you.
Life comes at you fast.
It does, it does come at you fast.
Do you want Dest? Number one.
I'm not bothered.
Fuck me. Question number two. If we come up with this.
Do you know what? I'm not going to sit here and pretend that 20 minutes ago I was like, we've got to get Dest.
But it's more, it's transfers, Jay.
I do like transfers, right? I'll have Dest if it doesn't mean we don't, get that bigger, shinier signing that I still want.
And also, you got a good song for him, haven't you?
Go on.
Well, you were singing it earlier.
But I prefer it when you sing it, so you remind me of it.
Okay. You're Sergino Dest.
Yeah.
Fullback with the
You're the
devil
best.
on
On the
his
chest.
crest.
On his crest.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Forget the rest, they're shite.
Tag.
You're the best.
Yeah.
You're Dest.
You're simply the Dest.
Yes. Simply the Dest. And all the rest. Right,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a winner. I'll try that in TRA on Sunday. What are you looking at for? I've got to try the other one as well. We've not conceded a goal after 38 minutes for the first time since February.
Yeah, we're by far.
Yeah, great. Because we've not conceded a goal after 38 minutes since February. That's what I'm.
So
the
you
first
got
time
two
since
now.
February, so I'm going to try both of them. Looking
Imagine
forward to
that.
it. Yeah, I mean.
You're the Dest.
Hey, now you're talking.
Nothing's going to ever
The-
keep you down.
yes.
You're the Dest.
Tell you what,
Right.
we've got it cornered, haven't we?
Anyone else?
No, I think that's more than enough. Listen, it's a good addition, in all seriousness. I won't lose any sleep if we don't get him, but I would like to see some decent cover coming in.
Karen Took the Kid says Dest is washed. He's 21 years
Over.
old.
You're washed.
Washed
You're done.
up.
He's done out here. I
He's
love that
21.
one. He's done out here.
Come on.
He's literally half my age. That's scary that his life's already over.
Yeah.
He's done.
Oh, no,
He's washed.
He's fucking shit. He's finished. He's not the man he used to be. Do you know when he was an amoeba? Or a fetus, a single cell, just an egg meeting a sperm. That's when he was at his peak, and ever since then it's been downhill. He's 21.
He's he's washed.
He's washed up.
I love that.
Guy's
I mean, it
done.
can happen. I'm not saying it has happened to this kid, but it does happen to some players, doesn't it? Where they're, things go wrong by the sort of early 20s. But I think he'll be all right. If we get him in, he gets working with his old manager, he'll get the best out of him. Yeah?
We'll get the
Best out of him. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Anything else before we wrap up?
I think that's all from me. I'm just thinking of more songs that obviously.
Right. Well, we don't need any more of that. What's next in the on the agenda? Is it next video? When is it out?
Well, we're having a look. We're speaking to a Leicester fan and having a look at.
Was his Leicester telly now? Is it? Chat to Leicester fans. I don't know if we had a Scouser on the other week. What we're doing now?
Play Leicester in 2 days.
I don't care. I don't care what Leicester fans got to say. What United fans got to say. Do you know what I mean? Okay. If we wanted balance, yeah. Wouldn't be sat next to you, right?
Why? Because
we meant to be biased. Meant to be a United fan. You're not even a Leicester fan. So what are you talking about Leicester for? What's the matter with you? Hey?
Make sure you do check that video out. Even as much as Jay tells you not to.
I'm only joking.
We're talking about Harry Maguire.
Opposition.
Talking about Harry Maguire and the sort of the state of him at Manchester United. Well, he is. Fofana's about to get sold. But we're looking at basically have United. Is Harry Maguire United's biggest ever waste of money?
Really?
Yeah.
We've had some bellers, though, haven't we?
Wastes of money wise.
Yeah, we've raised the bar. Right?
Di Maria.
That's
probably the worst one because he was 67 million and he only stayed 1 year. Because obviously Sanchez, we waste a lot of money and that's screwed things on the wage side. But he was free.
I'm all joking aside. I'm looking forward to see what Leicester fans got to say because they've had a read time of it.
Yeah,
they're about to, like you say, they're about to lose Fofana for a load of money, which I was questioning when we were in with him. But if they don't invest that in the next 48 hours, it's no good to him, is it?
No.
So it'll be interesting what he's got to say. So go and check that out. McCullough's back in the morning with the news. Make sure you go and check out paddockmerch.com. Using the code Paddock20, you get 20% off when you buy 2 items. Big thanks to everyone as well who supported the channel. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe as well. Hit that subscribe button because we want to get to 700,000 subscribers by Christmas. And with your support, we can do it. You know where to find him? Sloppy Joe's over on the old Sloppy Joe's podcast. Joe Smith, 93. Yep. On the Twitter, you know where to find me. Scotty Moy, Jay Moy, and on Stretford Paddock, of course. This has been Transfers Live. Thanks for watching.